Hello friends, let me quickly clear some confusions about scales for beginners. In short, do you need an expensive scale to get started? The answer is no. Let me tell you why. Even though experts say that you need that 0.001 gram of precision, and it's true, it's useful, you will not be hurt by having that. But as a beginner, you're not even able to add that difference. And if you are able to add that small amount of difference, are you gonna be able to tell the difference? I was certainly not. Look, a pipette like this on average produces 0.02 grams of weight for the drop. Smaller pipettes might go to 0.015, so you're not even able to make that 0.001 gram of difference. And if you are, the difference is so small, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. The only time where a scale like this would fail you is if you're working with really small amounts. Like you're on a budget of €5 and all you have is one bottle and you use micro pipettes to add 0.001 grams. That's the only time when a scale like this would fail you, in my opinion. If you're just using a regular pipette and you are not creating micro formulas for mouse perfumes, then you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You might be asking, why do I even need a scale? Well, the thing is, you can use drops and you can use milliliters to measure, but it's not accurate. It's like trying to use your finger to measure the width of a table. It is doable, but it's weird. No, not weird. It's just awkward for you to do that, and it's not precise. Using a scale like this is more precise than using just drops, even if you're not able to measure down to the 0.001 grams. A scale like this, it will most likely market itself that it can measure to that precision, but it's most likely just a display. It doesn't really calculate that small amount. It's just not accurate. It jumps around sometimes. But the thing that matters to you is the 0.01, and that this can measure. I would not buy a super cheap scale like €5 from AliExpress because it's most likely not accurate at all, but 10 to 20 euros is absolutely fine, I would say. I did not have a scale when I started because I kept hearing from YouTube and experts that I need the 0.001 grams, and that I could only find in expensive 100 plus lab scales. Plus, I could not find any reliable resource that would tell me that a scale like this can actually be used for perfumery beginners. One thing though is that cheaper scales, yes, they can measure down to that 0.0001 precision somewhat. They may not have the best maximum capacity. So a scale like this can measure at most 50 grams or, well, yeah, something like 15 grams, which means if I put on this beaker, I won't be able to get that 50 grams out of the scale. Let me quickly try. So I'm gonna turn on the scale. I'm not sure if you can see, but this scale is 29 grams. And as you can see, this last digit jumps around a little bit, these last two. But this difference is not noticeable at all when you're actually using this for formulas. But the point was, if you use a scale like this, see that the beaker is 30 grams, so you can only add 20 grams extra to this beaker before you reach the maximum capacity of this scale. So depending on how big your formulas are going to be, you may want a scale like this, which has a bigger maximum capacity. This one I have not tested yet because I don't have a 100 gram calibration weight, but this one cost even less. I think it was 10 euros or something like that. This one has a capacity of 500 grams. So I have not tested this, but this can measure down to 0.01 grams. And if I'm making a 500 gram formula, I will not need less than this. So my point is that you just don't need that extra accuracy, at least in the beginning. I'm not going to recommend any scales in this video. I can do that in another video if you're interested. But to summarize this whole video, the point of this video is that you don't need an expensive scale to start. Get something like this, 10 to 20 euros. You will be able to measure your drops. You will be able to produce formulas, and you will not have to use your finger to measure a table. You will not have to count thousands of drops if you decide to use a beaker like this. And yeah, that's my take. I hope this helps someone like me who didn't know that you can just get by with something like this for at least a year while you're studying perfumery. It's going to be absolutely fine. Just make sure you pay attention to the maximum capacity that the product you're choosing has, so you're not surprised when you try to create a 50 ml perfume and you're only able to add extra 20 grams. Thank you for watching.